Hello, Manuel. Welcome to our show.
Well, thank you.
It is really nice to have you on the show. And yeah, I'm really excited for today's conversation. So, just for the audience who really don't know you yet, can you please start by introducing yourself? What is your background? You told me like you are one of the early employees of Google in Spain. So, it would be really amazing what you used to before and start from your career.
Okay, so thank you for inviting me to your podcast. It's a pleasure. So, well, I'm my background is an engineer. Then I studied an MBA, and that brought me to a small startup that was called Google back in 2003, where they were opening their offices in Europe and in Spain as well. And yeah, I studied there. I started learning a really complete new world for me. That was the digital marketing and the search marketing world. And yeah, that was an amazing journey until now. What I did at that time was to develop the market in Spain. So we had to evangelize in that period of time. Nobody knew about us, and yet they didn't know what we were doing. So we had to focus on the small number of businesses that were interested in our product. And we discovered that in our case in Spain, that was travel. So we started selling to any travel company that we had in market. Then that was obviously a really successful story where I then become the agency's leader in Spain. So I was close to the media agencies in our market. That brought me a good understanding of their business. And that was fun because Google, was a small company, but very direct, kind of idealistic company, but willing to show that things could be different and the advertisers could think in a different way, just taking care of their marketing, thinking that they can sell directly from here. And that was something that we didn't understand. We didn't believe that was going to be so big, but now 23 years later, it's a successful story and really fun. Then after many years there, I decided to move on. So I became CMO in a large advertiser. So what I was been doing during many years at Google, then selling that product, then I was buying it, which is not the same. So I was spending millions of euros in that moment, brought me many different topics to learn and to understand. Then I decided to create my own company, creating a technology to help both advertisers and agencies to do better campaigns and to improve their advertising. Because I saw that they were spending a growing budget year over year and there were many inefficiencies. So we decided to create something focused on the semantic analysis of the campaigns, which is something really, really key. But then artificial intelligence came came, and that really changed the way we understand the marketing and the people search for and find their results or their companies. So that's a really an amazing moment in the market. But basically it has been the same all the time because those 23 years have been really intense and very dynamic, and we are like in the first day, really happy.
Got it. Right. Amazing. Yeah, it has been really an amazing journey you have and such an incredible experience you have in marketing. Yeah, it is really amazing. And can you please tell us what is Dolnai is all about, like how it is really helping the advertisers and the agencies?
Well, we believe that Google Ads is the best marketing channel, not only because Google is the largest advertising company worldwide, but this is because it works, because it's where you can sell the most. But we have to know that Google Ads is a complex system in which there are multiple variables interrelated. So that means that at any question that you want to get solved, it depends on many different variables at the same time. So you end up knowing that not the same answer is going to be valid for every question, which is something that we as workers, we would love to have it in a simpler way. We would love to have concrete answers, but luckily or not, this is not the case. So we need to understand in a very holistic way the product and the context and the market. Knowing that, Google tries to be more automatic, and they create things like smart bidding and things to make campaigns go along, which is something that sounds good, but is not always good for the advertiser. It's like Google tries to think, take your hands off of your campaigns and let me manage everything. But you can't forget that they are judge and jury. So the more you spend, the more money they make. So that's why we exist. Dolnai is a SaaS, is a technology that helps advertisers and agencies to be more efficient, to save money, to save time, and to increase conversions. And this is good because we don't mind if you spend more or less. What we want is that you spend better. Our main goal is to make you gain efficiency in your campaign.
Got it. Yeah, it is. It is really so fascinating tool. Yeah, I've gone through your website and it looks really amazing. The type of service you're providing and the tool. Yeah, yeah. And you have been in the marketing for almost more than 2 decades now. So when it comes to Google Ads, especially what it used to be before, even before even before COVID, but what it is now. So there has been a lot of things happening in the search engine results page. So what has been really changing nowadays?
Well, there have been a lot of changes and a lot of different things in these 2 decades, but the main thing is the same. Google discovered something really cool, that is that you can make advertising when people is searching, which is something that auto segment people. So they say, I want to book a hotel in Paris. So you don't need to pre-think who is going to be the ideal customer, but they are telling it to you. So this is basically the same. But what has changed, if I compare to the beginning, at that time, there were less competitors, less companies advertising there. So there were less competition. So costs were lower, but now the costs have been increasing year by year, and this is really expensive. So right now you need to be very efficient to acquire customers in a productive way. Otherwise, you will spend more money in advertising than what you will get in from them. So there's more competition. You need to be more efficient, and to do that, you have to analyze millions of data to make it actionable and to take advantage of it. So that's the idea.
And to even talk more about Dolnai, can you give us an example of one of your success stories, probably like where one of your clients really got some tremendous results that you also, kind of mesmerized by seeing that? Is there any particular story, something like that?
Yeah, sure. Because as you know, in Google Ads, the thing is you buy, an advertiser buys keywords or themes. So they decide to advertise when anyone is searching for hotels in Paris, and they will say something. They will send a message to that audience, trying to captivate them and to bring them to their website and make them to buy or register or something like that. So to do that, you have to be aware of what is the ideal query that you have to be in and which ones are bad for you and will end up making you spend a lot of money that is not going to be converting anytime. So for that is, but we have to know that this is a semantic problem. So we need to understand the different meanings for each context, for each query, and in different situations, markets, and moments. So this is really complex because it's not to create a technology that can think or that can calculate numbers, saying if it's 2 plus 2, then do that. But if it's searching for hotel but not hostel, then you can show the 5 stars hotel ad, but not the cheapest one, or just the opposite. So to understand that in a very scalable way, you need to create very intelligent and smart technology. So, and what you will get from that is that you will be able to negativize that is something really needed in Google Ads, because the better you do it, the more concrete spaces where you will be. And this is something that we provide. So with our technology, advertisers can target to the right audience, avoiding the bad ones, and that is a complete, that way they will save a lot of money because that they are currently wasting. And then there is something that we are really proud of, is that we can create better ads. How? Because first thing is because we've trained our own technology during the years, and what we do is we analyze their current ads. We disclose that in many small pieces, and we understand which ones are not performing well. We isolate them. We tell the client, hey, look at this because this is not working. And then we suggest new ones. That is independent of the language you are advertising in. So it works in any language in the world. And at the same time, it gives you better ads, better CTAs, better messages that are going to help you to convince better your audience, your clients. And this is good for many reasons. The first one is because you reduce your CPAs, your cost per acquisition, but also because it makes you eligible in more queries. Google, as a normal company, they have to try to increase their revenues. They have a limited variable that is big. It's big, by the way, that is the number of queries. So they need to have as much as revenue with their limited number of queries that they have. So they need that any ad or as many ads that they are serving, that they got clicked, because that way they will monetize. If you are advertising in Google and nobody clicks you, they will not be happy with you and they will remove you from their search results. So you need to appear, but you need to be clicked. And if you don't do that, you will not be eligible. They will give you a bad quality score, which is an internal score from them that tracks how interesting or how relevant are you for that query. So we need to create better that. And with our technology, you not only reduce your CPA, but you get more relevant. So that way you increase volumes with the same number of queries or keywords.
Got it. Yeah, that was a detailed explanation.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing all that. Sorry. And yeah, if we look at the current search engine results page, so especially in the last 1 year, it has been really changed a lot, especially the AI overviews, the sponsored results, and then organic, and then the other specific mentions. And now OpenAI officially said that they are introducing ads in their LLM, the ChatGPT. So, what do you think is going to change in terms of Google Ads because of all these things?
Well, probably a lot of things, but then everything will keep the same. I mean, there's one thing in the search marketing industry is that this is the best way to advertise because you connect people in the moment they are searching. So it doesn't matter if that happens in Google or in ChatGPT or in Perplexity or whatever. Well, in Perplexity, not right now, not yet, but probably at some point in the future. So this is because this is the best way to advertise. So I don't know if in the future, in 5 years time or 10 years time, people will keep searching on Google or in another place, or maybe there are 10 big places worldwide. I'm sure that many people, many companies will try to do it, and I'm sure that Google will try that nobody takes that pie. But having said that, I think that people continuously need to search for information. It doesn't matter if it's in a desktop or in a mobile by a voice order or whatever, but we will continuously will be looking for something. And once we are doing that, there will be companies trying to say, hey, I'm here and I want to show you my offer. So having said that, I don't know if in the future we will order our agent, AI agent, saying, hey, look for a flight to London for tomorrow. And they will do that job for me. So we as a companies or as advertisers will need to advertise to a machine instead of to a person, to a human. So maybe we will have to try to convince people and AIs or machines. But in the end, this is, I don't think as something really different because we will have to understand what are they looking for, if that is something that I have to offer them, and I will try to have to explain my product, my service, my offer in a way that convince them. So I believe that this will the main thing will keep being the same, but probably in different scenarios, different targets.
Hmm. Got it. Yeah, yeah, it really makes sense. I think whatever the change is happening, but the fundamentals remains the same. The way we do the things, the way we adopt might change and all, even for the users and for the advertisers. I think it is going to be the same. Yeah, yeah,
Do you think that in 5 years time you will keep searching for flights or
yeah. Yeah, at least for me, if I talk about myself, I already started using ChatGPT, the agent. So even to search for the cheapest flights for the hotels. So the change has been already entered in the market. So yeah, I believe all the agencies, even the advertisers, should prepare themselves to adopt for these
yes.
changes as early as possible because it is evolving so rapidly. So that we also need to kind of evolve and make prepared ourselves. Also, what do you think about this point?
Yeah, I think that this is a very dynamic technology market, but in the end, fundamentals are remain the same.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Got it. And yeah, so on our podcast, we discuss a lot about marketing, like how businesses are handling their marketing for themselves. Especially, I've been talking with so many marketing agencies these days. So everyone says that we do marketing for our clients, but in this process, we are forgetting to do marketing for ourselves. So this is the most common sentence I have been hearing from the founders and the marketers, the marketing managers. So what is it for your company, for the Dolnai? How is it looks like in terms of marketing?
Well, it's similar to that. We are well known in our market in Spain. That is where we are based. But we didn't do a lot of marketing. we started doing something some 1 year ago, something like that, and we started being very proactive in LinkedIn, sharing contents with the idea of sharing our best practices or learnings or tips that people can just drop and learn. And if it's useful for anyone, we are happy with it. But we don't do a lot of marketing yet. But this is something that it happened to Google as well. When I started there, we were living out of advertising, but we didn't do advertising for ourselves. This was something that lasted 10, 12 years. Then we started doing something small figures. Now Google is doing a lot of, it's a large advertiser worldwide, but because it's a really huge company, one of the top companies in market cap, in revenues, in many variables. But they stayed their first 10, 15 years without spending any euro in or any dollar in advertising. And knowing something that we used to say internally, that we had, if you remember, the homepage of Google, that was something white with a single box. We knew we had that logo that get tailored some. We knew that that was very very worth, so we could have a Coca-Cola logo one day instead of Google, something like that. That would be really, we could ask for many millions for that, but they never did it. I think they understand perfectly the market, and this is a brand that is really present, so you're looking at every time, many times per day. But anyway, they do a lot of advertising because they are selling many different things right now. They have mobile phones, many different things.
Yeah, yeah, got it, got it. And yeah, so let's make some spicy stuff now. Like, can you give me like 2 statements you believe about Google Ads that most marketers with
Google is a wonderful company that creates amazing technology and try to help advertisers to do it better. But as they are in the stock market and they have to grow, they have infinite appetite for your budgets. They automate your campaigns, but they are judge and jury. So they can't avoid trying to take your wallet and your money from your wallet. And this is something that unbelievable for me. Many companies rely on them every time, and they say, okay, so they meet and Google say, I analyzed your case, this is perfect, but you need to raise your budgets. And they say, okay, let's do it, which is something that it's like unbelievable, because it's like an easy trick that it works. They have credit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with it.
Yeah, got it. So I'm not a kind of expert in Google Ads, so you know better than what I know and better than most of our audience. So yeah.
Yeah, but we have clients in more than 50 countries, different markets that are really different each other. And when you talk to them, you talk to anybody in Chile or in Mexico, the US or in New Zealand, you know that Google is doing the same in each country, which is really amazing for Google, but not necessarily for you. So they say, okay, let's meet, let's do the strategy plan for next year, whatever. And they end up asking you for more money. And that's something that is very consistent. Every of our clients tell us, yeah, that's true. Please help me to be more independent and to understand better what's failing in my campaigns and help me to solve it, but not only spending more, because that's not always the solution.
Got it. So based on that, what is your suggestion for the advertisers in this situation?
Well, my message is that Google still works, is the best sales channel or marketing channel, but you need to know how to do it. There are many things like PMAX that are black boxes where you don't know what's happening inside, and technologies like ours can help you to bring light to the campaigns and to understand better what works and what doesn't work, so you can know if that CTA, that message, that ad is good, or you have to change it, and we will tell you how. And this is something really crucial because it will make you be more efficient. And I have to confess that probably in the short term you will spend less money because you will avoid wasting budget. But then once you will increase or you will improve your KPIs, you will you will want to get more, and then you will end up spending more and selling more. So it's good for Google is really happy with us because they know that any client that starts working with us end up spending more, selling more. They are happy with it, and we of course.
Oh,
Our goal is to make advertisers more efficient, even if that means that they spend less.
what is your next move? Where do you want to see Dolny in the next 12 months and even beyond?
Well, we just worked in something really cool that we are really, really happy with the results. That is a bid to profit product that is helping e-commerce companies to bid on the contribution margin, on the benefit of the profits of at product level, at SKU level. So this is really amazing because we've seen that once the companies can see that, is like if you put on a 3D glasses, so you can now see more things, and they realize what was more interesting for them, and they are changing product mixes, they are changing campaigns, advertising, they are rebalancing budgets, and that makes them make more money, which is something really cool. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to work very well during the next 12 months.
Got it. Amazing. Yeah, I really wish you all the very best for the future endeavors. And yeah, so it has been really amazing conversation, Manuel. So all the insights you have shared about Google and your journey, it has been really tremendous, I would say. So yeah, before we leave, if anyone wants to find you out, where they can check out for you.
Yeah, we are in dolnai.com, which is our main website. You have in English and Spanish. We are very, very active on LinkedIn with my profile, with my personal profile, Manuel Arrufat, that I guess that you can share it here. And also, if they are your audience and they are looking or they are watching this video, I can I give them a coupon to sign up in our tool. There's a free trial for anyone, but if they use the coupon Venkata, they can get a 15% discount during the first month, and they will understand how to take better decisions and how to improve the results in their campaign.
Got it. Yeah, it was really amazing. It sounds really amazing offers. Yeah, thanks for that, and I'll add all the information in the description, so it will be really useful for the audience to go and check out. And yeah, thank you, Manuel, for all the stuff. Yeah, it was really an amazing conversation.
Thank you for inviting us, and yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you.